Hello everyone, this is MaffumanCasting StarCraft Star Battle. This is a 6-on-6 ship action game. We're starting Antilles. Antilles going to jump on in there, 1.71 speed as well as a little bit of extra range for his longboat missiles. Zephyr is going to be there, 1.71 speed, no range upgrades, got that EMP, and a little bit of extra energy for that as well. Alpha GC 1.61 speed, Gatling cannons, and you know, a little bit of, I guess, just speed. And it looks like Battlecruiser. Battlecruiser is going to be there. Going to get on back to base a little bit because he's a little bit slow, but has some laser batteries to farm a little bit of extra money. So let's see what he ends up going for. 4 laser battery upgrades for you know, paraglider right there. 1-shot farming. Yulei gonna be there. No blink, no other upgrades. Just has lots of speed and has the flux veins. Relatively interesting, you know, upgrade to start off with. It does make you move faster when you're not in combat, and you know you shouldn't be in combat all the time, so it does help him retreat or get up to battle. Looks like we got some battlecruiser on battlecruiser action. Paraglider back there. Drizzt is going to be there with his missile pods. Missile pods are fantastic for farming and maybe killing off some carriers. Happen not to be that good on capital ship combat, but will he make it back to base? I think he should, even though he's got quick shot. Flying around 1.82 very quickly with only laser batteries though. Zephyr could move in there, does just want to farm though. Sees you know, Yulei being pushed back by all of the other team. Looks like against them they do have a crash override, 1.71 speed, and that's about all pushing up. Pooh Tells Lies is going to be there, 1.51 speed, Brutally Strikes, and Acid Spores. He does his 2 attacks right there, Acid Spores and Brutally Strikes, only if he goes forward, meaning he's going to do that Michael Jackson moonwalk to face them whenever possible. Stormtrooper is going to be there, 1.44 speed, no upgrades, no money spent either. Will he make it back to base? I mean, he does have the entirety of the red side on him basically, but the entirety of the blue side on his team. Drizzt using that, you know, missile pods to do damage to everybody in the area. You got the Leviathan taking a whole bunch of damage, and he's also protected, but he is finally taken out by Alpha GC. With that, we got a good OSC back there, EMP, you know, on cooldown. He had Zephyr giving all of his shields that he possibly can to Alpha GC. Alpha GC does have one, you know, Terran ship plating upgrade, which does make a big difference because he's a Dreadnought. Mutant Navi gonna be there. Laser batteries at 6 upgrades. That does help him, you know, farm and also kill off these little guys, the Archangels. But doesn't have very much speed to follow that up with. Does have a, you know, a decent amount of money though. He's gonna have to go back to base to spend it. But if he gets some speed, range upgrades, all that stuff, he should be just fine. Pooh Tells Lies was trying to do some damage. He cut an EMP for his troubles. Doesn't have any abilities right now. When you click on somebody, you can't see this section, the little anything under here. All you see are their base stats if you click on them, which only shows you speed, range, all that stuff. He decided to EMP him. It's always a good idea to EMP everybody all the time, but as it turns out, he didn't have any upgrades. Many times Guardians will upgrade something like Darkstorm or you know, Scourge, so he just happened not to have it. Probably will get one of those eventually. Antilles is going to be over here trying to get all the money he possibly can. They are up a ship right now, but they're going to retreat. We got Yulei, did some damage. His little flux veins go away whenever he's taking damage, so he's not going to get, you know, use them again. However, once he's out of range, he will start to zip away. And he's going to get a little love from Zephyr as well. Zephyr's going to turn around, try to pick up that little extra farm right there. Looks like Paraglider is going to see Pooh Tells Lies and Mutant Navi coming at him, not trying to take on that much of a fight right now. Yulei is going to push him. Pooh Tells Lies is going to move on back to the natural gas right here and just be fine. It looks like the quick shot going to move on out. He does have 1.82 speed, no abilities right now, just has you know, laser batteries at 6, longboat missiles, Alpha GC going to be there as well. We got 4 shields, 4 you know, longboat missiles for Antilles. So many battle cruisers, and so many battle cruisers are going to help push up Crash Override. Crash Override has 1.82 speed, beautiful EMP on everybody right there. Even though it doesn't seem like they have any abilities, it does do that energy, that shield drain as well. 1400 shields. Ooh, Drizzt, looks like Alpha GC did take the bait. Drizzt went just around the rocks, saw that he was going to try to distract them But Navi is going to be attacked on the other side. EMP being used, doesn't have any abilities, can't use, he's also going to take out his shields. Yulei going to push off. He doesn't have any prismatic beam upgrades, but he is just on him. He is just doing his standard 50 right there. EMP being used yet again. Get OC out of the shields basically to give him. So Navi is taken out by Yulei. Putel's Lies would have to, kind of keep on turning around to do his damage. He's got 864. Get OC 309. Drizzt about 600, 700 right now. Maybe even want to get a little bit extra, but saw all that he's in such a low amount of health that he's going to get on back to base. Let's see if Crash Override's got 1.92 speed. Now, sometimes when you see a Terran ship getting a 1.92 speed, that might mean that they're going to go for something like Nuke, something like that. He doesn't have it right now. Looks like he just went for speed, and that's about all. So he can chase people, all that, and get into combat and out of combat, but his actual DPS there is a little bit lower. However, he could be setting himself up for a longer-term nuke, which could be a pretty decent idea, considering that there are just so many opponents. And some of them aren't the fastest, like, Dreadnought's never going to be super quick. He's going to push up there. Drizzt is going to use that missile pods. If that's the upgrade you have, that's the upgrade he's going to use. It looks like GetOSC is going to try to give him some shields, but he's almost out of shields himself. He's a shield transfer unit, so if he gives his shields to Drizzt, his shields that he's taking away from himself at a rate of 220 per second. Upgraded how quickly it goes. Putel's Lies is going to be defensive. He's got the peanut butter jelly combination. He's got the adrenal overload. He's got the dark storm. He's got a corrosive acid, which is a decent enough choice, especially because of how many other ships there are. You could, some people get Scourge as the third option right there, but corrosive acid lowers the amount of armor, and most of these units have armor, except for Yulei, who's very low on health. Gonna keep on being pushed. We got Zephyr getting him some shields. We got EMP being used. Will he make it back to base? He's at so low. Missile pods being used. Range is relatively awful with them, so it doesn't make it right back. Yulei being pushed. Paraglider moving in. If he had a nuke, he would have just totally wrecked them right there, but he just was trying to scare them off. He's got longbow missiles at 8 upgrades, so he's not doing damage. They definitely got hit right there. Putel's Lies did have to use his Dark Shoulder to protect himself. We got Battlecruiser on Battlecruiser action. Paraglider, though, very low on health. We got Drizzt, less missiles, and many shields that he's almost out of. We got Zephyr giving him some love as well. Drizzt, back and forth action with Paraglider. Paraglider has so many missiles on him that now GetOSC, it's a Raven and Battlecruiser versus the Raven and Battlecruiser. Paraglider's taken out by Drizzt with his longbow missiles, barely making it back to base himself with just a little support from Ghetto up there. Looks like Antilles going to move on up the middle, going to try to make up some attack advantage. There is a 5-on-4 right now. Putel's Lies does have some really great abilities and just wants to farm, but can't risk being out there by himself. So he's going to go on back. Crash Override is going to be 1.92 speed, going to move on back. Everybody in this game seems to be going for speed, which is super helpful. It's never a bad idea to go to speed, but most people keep it around 1.71 speed, 1.81 speed. Getting the extra 400 or so that it might cost to get some of the engine upgrades might be worth it. Everybody starts off with a certain amount, then they buy for 50, 100, 200, 400 if they need that. GetOSC flying around, has EMP, is on cooldown right now. With all the battle cruisers in the world, I'm surprised there isn't like a PDD. He has 576. We'll see what he ends up going back and doing right there. Drizzt flying in there. He has a lockdown. He has mesopods. He's gonna just be relatively low on energy right now. EMP being used. Yulei taking a whole bunch. He's going to be in the heavily damaged. He's going to make it on back to base as long as it doesn't stop for some reason. But he does have to get on back to base. Besides getting some shields from Zephyr, he's still going to be burning, because it counts where your hull is as opposed to your shield life. Putel's Lies moving back. He's got adrenal overload, so he can get his energy back. He only has 275 base energy, so he might have to use it, but it does cost 1,500 life. So he doesn't want to use it if he doesn't have to. Crash Override flying in there. Looks like Putel's Life had about about 500 money. Drizzt flying in there, using again his missile pods on the Sky Furies, trying to take out those sieges. They will, eventually go down. They only have 100 plus 200 life, and the missile pods do 125 to them, so it doesn't kill them in one shot or even two shots. However, it does do all their shield damage. It does help you, area of effect. Good job right there. Putel slides using the Dark Storm to protect himself, flying in there. The OSC is going to take the damage because he wasn't under the protection of the gas right there. We got Alpha GC being a madman, using his Dreadnought as a siege tank. Blackout being used though on he is going to get flown in there. EMP being used again. One from Get OSC on Ulay, one from Zephyr on Get OSC. We got Alpha GC moving on back. He did get out of siege tank mode. He's finally out of the Blackout. Low energy, but able to get on back. EMP being used. Putel's Lies might have to use his Journal Overload again because he was EMP'd. He's got the Acid Spores. He's going to keep on trying to push. We got Crash Override providing some missile support damage to some degree. 1.92 speed. Definitely going to keep on chasing them. Nobody is slow in this game, and even Alpha GC, who is the slowest, decided to get on back to base. Really took a risk with the siege mode, but did take the tower down to about half. Quick shot. Gonna fly in there. This gas gives area of protection where they can't see them, you can't shoot them. So ranged units are going to have to get closer. Battlecruisers moving back. But still no PDD from anybody. Looks like a 376. Antilles 907. 476. Ulay has 129. Alpha GC spent his money. Antilles with a 909. Let's see what he ends up going for. He has so much. Looks like the blue side unable to get a kill right there, but now just gonna farm. Now gonna try to heal up. Looks like both the battle cruisers went for the what's it called? The bio steel, so they can upgrade in combat. So when they're out of combat, they're almost act like Zerg ships. But it kind of is nice because it's a little bit of both. Your shields automatically heal, plus your hull can heal. We got Get OSC giving some support to Crash Override, but he's a little bit slow. He's stopped for a half second. This might be enough to take him out. We got Blackout being used. The quick shot. Antilles, they want to shoot him, but they can't quite shoot him. We got EMP being used as well, and Drizzt moving in. He does protect with his missile pods as well, and the Ulay just wants to move in there, but the Blackout lasts for a while. Putel's Lies, he's setting up his little babies in the middle. He's got the Broodlords. They've got the Corruptors as buddies. They are friends. They're not the strongest by themselves, but when you get a bunch of them, it is helpful. Just enough to scare off the the red side. Get OSC makes it back. Blackout is now on cooldown. 630 money basically. Crash Override 140. About 459 from Drizzt, and Putel's Lies 475. Let's see if how long the red side can push this advantage. The Warp Prism is back, healed. Let's see if Alpha GC tries to set up again for another siege. The PDD is finally there. Get OSC setting it up in the gas as well to protect everybody. Blocks missiles, blocks lasers in the area, and EMP being used. Zephyr has a secret missile and EMP. 575 to protect him, to support both of those abilities. And it looks like he's just going to kind of wait for that to get on back. It does happen. He does have to just choose Secret Missile or EMP. They cost the exact same. Which one's going to be more helpful right there? EMP being used. Crash Override, no abilities though. He just has, his laser batteries. Not even range. So he probably is just looking at him like, okay, so where is like the nuke? Where is like the something? He's different than like Drizzt, who has just all these abilities plus some longbow missiles. So he's probably just like EMPing out of a sense of caution. We got Secret Missile being launched. Crash Override's gonna have to just either take that or keep on moving. If he stays right there, he's just gonna take it. Kabam! Right there. We got a PDD area of protection. We got these Broodlords slowly moving up, 1.35 speed, and they have only 45 seconds of life. Sometimes you can only last for 45 seconds. Let's see how much you can do in there. We got Ulay taking a whole bunch of damage and taken out by Putel's Lies. Combination, Drizzt, Get OSC, and Putel's Lies. But Putel's Lies was the one who finished him off. PDD blocking some shots in the area, and that's just something that the red side is going to have to deal with. Sometimes upgrading how many attacks you do is just the way of doing it. There's no frigates in this, so there's no Ripwave warheads. It's possible to target the PD. It's just sort of hard to do. So it's basically just how quickly can you have 200 shots? Because each shot consumes one energy, so it's 100 shots right there of blocked things. And if you shoot more, then obviously that's helpful. So if you upgrade how many missiles you shoot, that's one fewer, or one less that will happen. That's EMP happening. We have a secret missile happening. We got Alpha GC pushing in there, scaring them off. Has Gatling cannons, only at 2. Laser batteries low. He went for the siege mode, but has to be in the position where he can use it safely. And there's no real safely, but safer comparatively. In one place to do that, maybe just up at base. Great defensive ability that you could use. Also has a protective field. Going to boost his armor by 50. We got Quick Shock 495, Antilles about 762, Zephyr about almost 800-ish, and 275 from Alpha GC. Let's see what they end up getting. Gidorc is calling it relatively early back because they are not hurt that much, so they could be getting back. There's also Puto's Lies trying to stay in the area, trying to set up as many of his Broodlords and Corruptors as possible. 425 is a lot of energy objectively, but not when you consider how expensive Broodlords and Corruptors are. They do cost 150, and you can just spam them, so you can very, very quickly get rid of that. Even if he had 600, he can get rid of that relatively quickly. He kind of needs to rely on Adrenal Overload. We got Get OSC 194, not that much money. We got 91 from Crash Override, 460, and 435 from Drizzt. Drizzt is looking at all of this money over here, knowing that it's a risk, knowing that you can see them in this little corner. Is it worth it though? And I think he's going to make the calculation that it definitely was. EMP kind of swinging a miss. Zephyr launching secret missile, a lockdown for his efforts until he's flying in there. 16 upgrades on his longbow missiles. He's doing so much damage each one of those shots, and the siege is set up. Nuke hitting Drizzt, and it looks like he's going to make it on back to base. Alpha JC getting blacked out right there, but he was already pressed the back into combat mode. It looks like OSC is going to fly in there, battle raving it out. He's got burst lasers upgraded right there, EMP, PDD, and blackout. It looks like the red side's going to be defensive. It's a 4 versus 4 right now. And it looks like Quick Shock is going to push on in there with his 11 upgraded longbow missiles. We got Zephyr launching, tried to launch a secret missile, but got locked down as well. Nuke on Alpha GC. We got the Alpha GC moving on back, 1.61 speed, lowish armor because he has just kind of relying on this protective field. He's out of energy for protective field. Quick Shot flying in there, shooting as much as possible. PDD finally out of the range to protect them right there. And it looks like Puto's Lies is going to push on in there. He's using his own gas to kind of like leapfrog on his to the natural run right there. And with that, the PDD is also offering a little bit layer of protection right there as well. We got Zephyr moving in, blacked out, did hit Puto's Lies. Doesn't affect Puto's Lies because it only affects mechanical units. It affected Drizzt right there. PDD wall being used. Alpha GC going to push on in there. Now I'm pretty sure the Gatling cannon does not care about the PDD. It does not block Gatling cannon, so that is a way of pushing there. It's just relatively low. Puto's Lies flying in there. PDD barely saving Puto's Lies. He was Darkstorm on cooldown. We got Drizzt pushing in there, trying to attack, trying to farm, trying to do everything. Has got now in the area to give him some protection, and is going to do that. We got Antilles 16, has a nuke as well. One nuke is going to really wreck anybody right there. If he turns around and uses it, it just is. I think he's a little bit cautious of that happening, so he does pull out just in time. Zephyr does fly in there. It is setting up the PDD wall himself. He's got PDD, EMP, blackout, as well as secret missiles. He has an extra ability. Nuke being launched. Nuke scaring off Puto's Lies. He could barely take it and survive. Oops. but doesn't want to, doesn't have to. We got both battle cruisers back in action, back at base. We got Zephyr, 535, 523 from Alpha GC. This Putel's Lies, because he was attempted to be nuked. He flew pretty far away. He's now finally getting back to the farming area, to the Goldilocks zone. Crash Override pushing in there. He's got 1.92 speed. He's got so few missiles, so few laser batteries, and the PDD wall is being set up. So much farm is leaving on the other side, but that's just because it's hard to know exactly where you want to be. You can't be in every place at once. PDDs even blocking the little Viking torpedoes. It does do that. It does help you actually farm as well, in that sense that they're not doing some base damage to you. It's always kind of sad when the Vikings are an actual threat, but that does happen over time because they do slowly upgrade every 10 minutes. It's almost at the 30-minute mark right now, so they're going to get another upgrade. That means that people like Crash Override, who have 4+ shots on their laser batteries, are just not making up that much money. They're kind of putting themselves into a mountain of debt right now. We got Nuke being used. Nuke on somebody. There we go. Quick shot takes the nuke. Blackout being used again. He was kind of double blacked out right there. He's going to bang on the rocks. Oh no! We got a Zephyr. He's in the blackout. He can't use his PPD. He's just going to fly around. Hello, fellow kids. I'm also a kid. I'm also on the blue side. I'm perfectly fine. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. And he is going to maybe just fake his way into survival, but maybe not. He's got 400 life right now. He's just flying around and finally taken out. Quick shot taken out. The focus fire was on everybody else, but he just happened to be very close. PDP being used, blocking Antilles. He's got the nuke as well. Always a possibility. If he nukes, somebody blackout right there, you got a nuke on. He's going to use it on Drizzt. Drizzt has very low health. He's going to fly around, and he's going to get hit right there. Alpha GC, will he get the kill? PDD does not block his Gatling cannons, which are relatively upgraded at 58 upgrades right now. Going to keep on pushing. Got the Dark Swarm protection given right there. Can always see out of shields, but PDD's all over the place being used. Even the Tempest right there, and Drizzt flying in there. Alpha GC low health, and now he's in the danger zone. He's fine. He is taken out by Crash Override. Antilles as well. He just wanted to fly in there. He wanted to do some damage, but he's not going to be able to do it by himself. And looks like he is taken out as well. Zephyr flying back to base. Looks like now it's just switched very quickly back now to a 1 versus 4 right now. It looks like, even with that, the, Ghetto says to get on back to base. 1150 right now. Crash Override 278. Please buy some laser batteries. We got 550 from Putel's Lies and Drizzt trying to just survive. Now look at this. He would normally be in the burning down range because he's very much below a quarter life in his hull. However, he has he has the fire suppression system, so that means that he's not going to die, and that is going to be good game. Zephyr just quits, realizes that he's going to be taken out. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Relatively quick. Make sure to send your replays to MaffumanCasting@gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe. We are doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.